What's up everyone, it's Kelly and today I've got another swatch and review for you. So today I am partnering up with Cirque Colors to show you their new Gourmand collection. So we've got 6 brand new nail polishes, plus a set of stickers, plus a set of sprinkle inspired nail charms. But before we get into that, if you haven't heard of Cirque Colors before, they are an independent nail polish brand that is based in the US, and all of their polishes are 10 free, meaning they are free of 10 of the potentially harmful ingredients that can be found in nail polish. They are vegan, meaning they do not use any animal-derived ingredients, and they're also cruelty-free, meaning they do not test their products on animals. And like I said, we've got 6 new polishes in this collection. They're all food-inspired, and then we've got the food-inspired stickers and the sprinkle-inspired charms, so a lot to go over today. And I'm especially excited about the polishes because we've got 3 new jellies. We've got a cream finish, a speckled finish, and we have a tri-thermal, meaning that the polish changes color based on the temperature, but it actually shifts into like a medium color instead of just hot to cold as well. So very excited to show you all that. So let me dive in with the swatches first, then we'll talk about the stickers and the charms, and then we'll talk more about pricing and availability. So roll the swatch footage. So as with all of my swatch and review videos, I am using base coat underneath all of my swatches just to protect my natural nail and prevent any stains. Today it's the Cirque base coat. So let's start off with the jellies because I was very excited about them. This first shade is called Rosewater Jelly, and it's this really beautiful, very cool toned, slightly milky pink jelly, and this is a really sheer one. You can see in the first coat it almost acts as like a nail brightener, and I think with that little bit of like a purpley blue undertone to it, it could potentially help neutralize any sort of yellow discoloration on your nails. But on me, I think it really acted so nicely as a brightener, and I loved the way that it looked in 2 coats. But of course I had to try a third, and I absolutely love this type of color in a jelly. It really has that softened, your nail but better kind of look. It almost reminds me of polygel, but it's just regular nail polish so you can take it off easily. And I don't know, I just absolutely love this one. I have a feeling it's going to make it to my favorites. I just love a good jelly pink. Moving on, we've got another jelly. This one is ube jelly, and this is a pretty cool toned purple jelly. Again, we have a slight bit of milkiness to it, and it's got this nice bluish undertone. Again, I have a feeling a color like this is going to be fairly good at color correcting, but it also just works nicely as a brightener. Again, it's a pretty sheer shade, but you can build it up to more coverage. So I ended up trying out in 3 coats, but with jelly polishes, I feel like I'm always kind of playing around with how much opacity I want, because some manicures call for 1 coat, and sometimes I'm just feeling like going for a more opaque look, so I'll go with 3 coats. So it really kind of just depends on my mood or if I'm doing a jelly sandwich, but yeah, gorgeous shade. Next up, we've got the final jelly of the collection. This one is called Saffron Jelly, and this one is a super bright orange. Again, we've got that nice jelly finish to it, so it's intentionally sheer, but it is buildable. And this one also has a little bit of that sort of milkiness to it that I think still really adds to the high shine, but it also softens the color a tiny bit. And this feels so bright and summery to me. I know we're not even in spring yet, but this is a shade that I'm going to absolutely love wearing with the warmer weather. And I don't think I have any color like this in a jelly formula, so I feel like this is going to be really nice to do a jelly gradient with as well, which I have done a tutorial on in the past, but maybe I am due for another jelly nail art video because you know I love jellies. So here's what it looks like in 3 coats. I think it is absolutely stunning, and you can still see a tiny bit of the visible nail line, but it's soft enough that it just kind of looks really nice and squishy. Next up, we have the cream finish of the collection. This one is called Matcha, and it is a super bright sort of lime green color, and oh my gosh, the opacity on this is so nice. It actually almost gave me 1 coat coverage. I did need 2 just to cover up my nail, but I was so impressed with this one. The formula was really nice, the opacity was incredible. I feel like this is going to be so good for nail art, but again, it's just such a bright, happy color. I really love it. Cirque always makes such good greens, and this is no exception. Moving on, we've got the speckled polish. This one is called Vanilla Bean, and we have this creamy, very, very pale yellow base, and then within that base we've got these matte black specks, and they're a little bit bigger than you normally see in a polish, so they stand out really nicely, but the base color is sheer enough that you start to get a little bit more depth the more coats that you do. So I ended up getting full coverage in 2 coats, but I really wanted to see more of those speckles, so I ended up going in with a third, and that's something that I do a lot with Crellies just because I love the depth of it. Like, you can see all the layers of those black specks in my nail, and I don't know, it just adds really nice dimension to it. It's such a pretty and unique shade, and I think that these black specks are different than anything I've seen before, so it's very unique to my collection. And last but definitely not least, we have the shade Lost Berry, and this is a thermal nail polish. But not only is it a thermal, it is a trithermal, meaning in its warm state, it's one color. In its medium, cool, warm state, it's another color. And then in its cold state, it's a third color. So you get a lot going on in this polish. It is currently in its cold state as I'm painting it on just because it's cold in my room. So we've got this nice deep maroon kind of color, and we've got a silver hollow sparkle running throughout. Then when it's in its sort of medium state, it becomes a red color, but then in its warm state, it becomes a really icy pink shade. So I actually ended up getting full coverage in 2 coats, but I did a third because I always like to do an extra coat of thermal nail polish just to make sure that it is opaque in its lightest stage. But honestly, I think I could get away with doing 2 coats. I do have short nails, but the lightest color I think would be fine in 2 coats. So I'm going to show you really quick what it looks like with the color change. I'm dipping my nail into warm water and cold water. So on the left side, I've got warm water. On the right side, I've got cold water. You don't need water to make this change. It can happen when you're working out or when you're on a walk, or if you're especially cold, or sometimes it happens when I'm like holding a warm mug of coffee that I'll notice my nails will change a lot. So it's super temperature sensitive, and basically throughout the day you'll notice different color shifts, but I think it's really cool seeing as I dip it into the warm color and it starts to shift into that medium color, you get to see almost a gradient of all 3 together. So you can see that deep maroon kind of color with that reddish color, and then again with that cool toned pinky shade at the bottom. So it's really fun, and if you have longer nails, you'll probably get a natural gradient just from the nail that's not touching your skin is going to be a little bit colder than your nail that is touching your skin. So I don't know, really fun to play around with. So here are all of the shades together. The top row is the jellies, and then on the bottom row we've got the cream, the crelly, and the thermal. So definitely a bright, fun, springy mix here, and I feel like Cirque always tends to take colors that I wouldn't expect to see together and put them together in a way that I'm like, wow, those actually look really pretty together. And it actually ends up being a really nice springy mix of colors, which is weird for me to say because I don't usually love springy colors, but I think this is just the perfect mix of almost summery brights and just those more vibrant shades that I love to see when the warmer weather comes. And we still get a little bit of like a softness and almost like a springy bridal vibe with the rosewater jelly and the ube jelly and maybe even the vanilla bean. But yeah, I don't know, it's just a really nice little blend of colors here. So yeah, those are the polishes, and like I said, we also have these gourmand stickers. So we have a ton of different sticker designs here. They're all food inspired. We've got fruits, we've got vegetables, we've got mushrooms, we've got sweets. And one thing that I absolutely love about this set is there's also these little latte inspired art pieces. So you could put this over the matcha color or over a brown color and it creates instant latte nail art. So a lot of really great options here. I'm really picky when it comes to nail art stickers because I don't like ones where you can see that it's a sticker, but these ones have a really thin edge, so it's very hard to see, especially once you put your top coat on. Another way that I've been experimenting using nail art stickers is I've been doing them in jelly sandwiches, and I love the way that looks. I also think it softens the sticker enough that it just looks like a design that maybe you drew. So I absolutely love that look as well. So I was really excited to see this come out with more jellies. And I actually applied that with the new Cirque What the Pluck tweezer, which is actually the super long tweezer. It's got a pointed tip and it's super precise. So this is for picking up stickers or charms, and it also has a little rubber stopper on the end. I found this to be really helpful in pushing down the sticker without pressing my finger on it and getting my fingerprint on my nail polish. So I thought that was really helpful as well. And then we also have the confectionery charms, which are the sprinkle inspired charms. So they're these super tiny little beads and they're really colorful. You can use these and do individual placement, and I thought it would be really cute to try doing flowers with that. And I actually used the tweezers, which I thought was very impressive because these are very tiny little beads, but the tweezers were good at picking them up. You could also do obviously some sprinkle inspired art if you want to make little cupcakes on your nails, or if anybody remembers that old caviar style of nail polish where you just put those tiny beads on your entire nail as like an accent nail. That I tried with these charms and it worked out really well and they looked super gorgeous. So there's definitely a lot of ways to play around with those as well. But yeah, that is the whole collection, and overall I absolutely love these. I love all of the finishes of the polish. You know, I love jelly nail polishes, but I also love these Cirque creams, especially when they come out with a good green. The speckled polish I thought was really new and interesting, and I liked how big those speckled pieces were. And of course the trithermal I was so excited about because the only thing I like more than a thermal is a trithermal. So yeah, now let's talk about pricing. These Cirque polishes come in their regular 11 milliliter bottle. They do have a round skinny brush, but Cirque does offer a replacement brush that is a wide flat brush with a rounded tip, so you can get that separately on their website. Now all of the polishes aside from the thermal polish are retailing for $12.50 USD. The speckled cream polish vanilla bean retails for $14.50 USD. The thermal polish is retailing for $16.50 USD. The nail art sticker comes with the one set of all of the food inspired stickers, and this retails for $10 USD. The confectionery charms are retailing for $8.50 USD, but you can get the full Gourmand collection set, and that comes with the 6 nail polishes, the charms, and the stickers, and that retails for $89.55. So I'm going to link that all down below. I'm also going to link the What the Pluck tweezer. This retails for $12.50. And as I mentioned in my last Cirque video, I now officially have an affiliate code with them, so you can use the code KELLI10 to get 10% off your entire order at Cirque. So I'm going to write that down in the description as well. But yeah, I'm curious to hear what you think. We've got a lot going on in this collection and I'm really into it. So I'm curious to hear from you. Let me know in the comments which color is your favorite, which finish is your favorite. What do you think of these stickers? What do you think of the sprinkle inspired charms? Leave it all below and we can chat about it. If you enjoy my swatch and review videos, please give this one a thumbs up. It lets me know I'm doing a good job. And if you're not already subscribed to my channel, please consider subscribing. I put out new videos every Tuesday, Friday, and Sunday. I also have a second YouTube channel, my vlog channel, which I will link up in the cards. That's basically just my life outside of nail polish reviews, although there's still some nail polish related stuff on there. And of course, a huge shout out to my supporters on Patreon, my Royal Astronomer Amanda M, as well as my Cosmic Admirals Rocket Man's daughter, Paula, Ken, Rosie, and Courtney. I really appreciate your support and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye. Today's fun fact question comes from Patreon supporter Pookie Bear, and Pookie Bear wants to know any new nail trends you're super into lately. I wouldn't say any new trends per se, but as you probably know if you've watched me for a long period of time, I get into these habits. So like I'll get into a phase where I'm just using toppers all the time, although I think at this point we can accept that it's a topper lifestyle, not a topper phase. And then I've been having also my jelly phase, and more recently it's been my magnetic phase, specifically magnetizing polishes in the aura style. I just love the way that that looks. I think it's so much easier than doing the cat eye too, because you kind of just wave the nail wand around. So I absolutely have been loving doing that lately. But you know what I want my next phase to be? I want to get back into stamping because I feel like it's been so long since I've stamped. I went through a stamping phase, I think like a year or two ago, where I was just stamping all the time. And I kind of want to start doing that again because I absolutely love stamping. So you can probably expect to see more stamping videos, but I'm also maybe gonna do some magnetic videos and we'll see what happens. So yeah, those are the two things that I'm kind of just loving lately. But I don't know, I don't really follow like new nail trends. I feel like sometimes they're just stuff that's already trendy but with like a different name. So I don't really put too much stock into those things. If anybody wants to share their current favorite nail trend, definitely let me know in the comments. We can chat about it, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye!